Welcome to episode 28 of Monster Madness 2024. We are on the last episode of the week to decide the final four monsters for Monster Madness. And in today's matchup, we have Mothra versus Godzilla. We have the Queen of the Monsters versus the King of the Monsters in a battle that I think we've seen in previous Monster Madnesses. We actually saw a partial battle of this in Godzilla x Kong, but let's start this out with getting into the bios of these two creatures. Let's start out with Mothra, the most elegant and gentle titan in the Monsterverse that strives to protect the natural world and is the queen of the monsters. While Godzilla Supercharged is the latest upgraded version of the already powerful Godzilla, this pink supercharged version is perhaps the most powerful version we've ever seen. Now let's go into the size. The size is obviously disadvantaged to Mothra for sure. Mothra is standing at 52 feet, but has a wingspan of over 800 feet, while Godzilla's height is around 393 feet. So Godzilla has an obvious size advantage, but Mothra is just known to be a smaller monster, has a large wingspan, and is a flying monster. Now let's go into the best weapon. The best weapon for Mothra is the Silk. You see this used against King Ghidorah. You see this used partially in Godzilla x Kong as well against the bad Kongs. And for Godzilla, the best weapon is the Atomic Breath. Of course, it's really his only weapon he uses, other than his tail and claws. The Atomic Breath is Godzilla's best weapon and is known to be the best weapon. Now, the best feat for Mothra is fighting off King Ghidorah with the Silk that I just mentioned in Godzilla King of the Monsters. Is a great feat to be able to fight off King Ghidorah and is definitely the best. Now, Godzilla's best feat is killing King Ghidorah, not only just fighting him off, but actually officially killing him. Even though it was in the burning form, it still is that Godzilla, so it counts as the best feat for Godzilla. Now, let's break this down. Obviously, if this matchup actually happened, it would be terrible. It'd be terrible to see these two monsters going at each other. You would hate to see Godzilla and Mothra fighting because they've not only fought on the same side, but they're supposed to be the king and queen of the Monsterverse. So these two monsters, obviously, you gotta love Mothra, and Godzilla is a fan favorite, so this would be a tough one. To watch. But overall, I've got to say, Mothra could maybe stand a chance with the Silk and could distract Godzilla, but I just don't see how Mothra could get a kill in this battle. I don't know how Mothra could get the kill. Similar to the Methuselah fight and Scunner fight, I don't know how she'd actually be able to get a kill. So obviously I'd favor Godzilla Supercharged in this battle, but to play devil's advocate here, I have to mention in Godzilla x Kong, when Godzilla is about to kill Kong in the desert fight in Cairo, we do see Mothra is able to push Godzilla back a lot, use some kind of flashbang. Maybe it was the God Rays, I guess it has to be the God Rays, maybe a different kind of iteration of that power. But Mothra sent Godzilla flying across the desert. So in Mothra's defense, that is a very significant thing, that if Mothra actually was fighting Godzilla and fighting to kill, she could use the God Rays to distract Godzilla in that way, could use the Silk to also cause some chaos, but ultimately, how does Mothra get the kill? Could she get the stinger in Godzilla's eye to potentially kill him, maybe get the stinger into his gills? I mean, it's possible, but there is not much wiggle room here for Mothra to get this fight. I have to give the edge to Godzilla Supercharged. One single hit from the Atomic Breath is game over. If Mothra gets in close, Godzilla gets one bite off and actually is wanting to kill Mothra, it's game over then. So unfortunately, even though Mothra is one of my favorite monsters and as a fan favorite, gotta give the edge to Godzilla Supercharged. It's slightly more difficult than the female Muto, but it is no doubt an easier matchup than the last one with Godzilla -1. So I give the win to Godzilla Supercharged in this fight. I do think Godzilla will move on to the final four of Monster Madness, but make sure you let me know down below who you think will win in this matchup, who will move on to the final four to face the winner of Striker and Kraken. We are almost here. Tomorrow we will decide the final four. Keep an eye out for that poll coming out soon. If you want to watch the playlist of all the episodes, you can click right here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for the update video.